Good evening, fuckers. We are back with the next Train Simulator Classic request video. Been a couple of days since I did one of these, so it's about time we got another one done. This one was requested by JimJimPlays, although if you read the actual request itself, you get the very distinct impression that it was actually a joint one. Between him and me. I wouldn't go that far. I mentioned I mentioned various locos actually to him, and I did mention that I've got a list here of about 14 routes that I think would make decent videos. I just mentioned that if anyone was to request just a particular train, so I've got plenty of routes to choose from. And well, I read out, or I didn't read out, I wrote out a few of them, and there was one that particularly caught his interest, so he's like, okay, yeah, we'll do that one. It basically went on from there, so that was my contribution to this particular request. So this one is on the Great Western Mainline, which amazingly has never appeared in any of these videos up until now. Yeah, I'm rather surprised about that. So we are starting at London Paddington, and our destination is Oxford, which is actually the full length of this particular route DLC. It's a relatively short section of the Great Western Mainline. So this is a journey of about 63 miles. Now he has asked for a few stops along the way. So we'll be stopping at Slough, Maidenhead, Twyford, Reading, Didcot, and then Oxford. I'm going to throw in an extra stop of my own, so we'll also be stopping at Acton, which is obviously much closer to the starting point. Now, as far as the train, we are taking a class 180, the Adelante. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. I don't know for sure. Yeah, I'll talk a bit more about the 180 as we do the video, or as we do the run. And then as far as the specifics, it's autumn because, yeah, it's going to be the start of the educational year, and all the toffs are going from London to Oxford. So yeah, autumn. We'll have rain because I like rain, and we'll be starting at 9:30 AM. So let's get things underway. And here we are. So here is our 180. So it is a 5-car train. All 180s were. Really, obviously you can have a 10-car variant, but it's just 2 of these slapped together. So this is a diesel electric, I think. Seems a bit ridiculous, but yeah, I can't actually remember if this is a diesel or diesel electric. Yeah, it is a diesel electric. So yeah, diesel engine, but it has all the bells and whistles of an electric train. Let's get the obvious thing out of the way first. I hate this livery. It's very 1930s. It's also very American. And if the livery itself wasn't American enough, then the logo, I mean, that screams 1930s America to me. Even the name Grand Central is the name of the franchise. Yeah, all very American sounding, which does not endear it to me in the slightest. So let's not dwell on that. Let's get the train set up. I mean, it's a relatively tight sort of space in the cab here, but it's got all the mod cons and everything you could possibly wish for. Let's set the lights, which I'm still trying to get the grips with where all the settings are. Right, here we are. So, right, lights, we want daylight. There we go. As far as actually setting this thing up, we've pretty much done everything. I will also point out this thing has, speed set here, which is, in this train it runs a bit like cruise control in a car, with one major difference. I just can't seem to get the thing to work. Every time I put the speed set on or enable it, it just starts slowing down again. So yeah. The other thing is, whenever you've got the speed set on, all you have to do is just look at the throttle control and you disable it again. So anyway, let's reset the AWS, the self-test. So 63.04 miles to Oxford with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stops along the way. So let's get underway. Now the Class 180 in the game actually has some pretty good features about it. It has great acceleration, and its top speed is 125 mph, which it manages to reach pretty easily, has no problems getting there. So as far as, you know, getting your speed up and everything, yeah, you could do far worse than use one of these trains. Of course, there has to be a downside, and in this, the downside is the brakes. The brakes are atrocious. See, I've already overdone it. So if you are going to be slowing down from, well, even a reasonable speed, you know, and you're trying to slow down to reach to stop at a station, you've got to apply those brakes really hard. Let's get ourselves back up to 40. So we've got a speed increase coming up pretty soon to 50 mph. I don't think we're going to get up a lot of speed before our first stop at Acton. So 50 now. And then we have 100 mph max speed increase coming up in less than a mile. I'll see how close I can get to that before we have to stop. Now, one of the things that does rather hamper the braking on this thing is how slow the throttle actually moves. You know, while you are trying, well, particularly if you're going 100%, and then you realise you've got to brake. It does take a while for the throttle to get back down to 0, let alone to actually start engaging the brakes. In real life, the Class 180 is pretty much vehemently hated. The drivers don't seem to mind it too much. It's you know, they seem reasonably happy with it, but passenger comfort, it's notoriously dreadful. We're in the 100 mph section now, so let's get some speed up there. So yeah, passenger comfort, terrible. Passengers don't have very many good things to say about it. Drivers, as I say, they don't mind it, with one particular caveat, and it is the big problem with the 180, and that is it's fine when it works, but it is horrendously unreliable. The one thing that the 180 does well is breakdown. So get some exterior shots around West London here. We're fast approaching a 125 mph section. It is rather quiet, this train within the game. So Ealing Broadway coming up. I think there's another Ealing station after that, and then we have Acton. So I'm definitely going to have to brake from pretty much top speed. So we're into the 125 mph section. Actually timed it quite well as far as making sure our speed, you know, as long as making sure we stayed within the limit. So we're going to go absolutely tearing through Ealing Broadway at probably somewhere in the region of 110 miles per hour. There we are at 110. 111 as we go steaming through Ealing Broadway there. So acceleration rate really hasn't slowed down a great deal. We are still going onwards and upwards, so we're at 117 now, 118. Say, there are a lot of high-speed trains. The 180 is not classified as a high-speed train, but yeah, there are certainly several high-speed trains that don't have anything like the acceleration rate of this thing. Southall next. So I've eased off on the throttle very slightly. We are currently at 123. So what I will do, we will engage the speed step when we hit 124. There we go. So speed set enabled 124. So I say this should now be our cruise mode, but yeah, see the speed instantly goes down. So even though I've got it set for 124, we're now doing 121. And still slowing. So Hayes and Harlington is next. and speed is continuing to drop. So there you go, as soon as I touch the throttle, the speed set is disabled, but it just... Cruise control is supposed to, you know, maintain our speed when we set it, but in this thing it just keeps going down. So I really don't see, unless I'm doing something wrong with regards to setting it up, which would not surprise me in the slightest. So we're at 124. Ease off the throttle a bit. I'm sure we'll still hit 125. West Drayton coming up. I have a feeling we've gone past Acton, so it must have put us on a fast lane around it. Eva is the next station. She just goes thundering through West Drayton at 124 mph. So yeah, I'm certain we have gone past Acton now, so I'm afraid all those QPR fans who were waiting for me, yeah, I've left you behind. Langley is the next stop. We are actually slowing, but it's at a very low rate, but let's try and get ourselves back up to 124. I'm not desperate to get it up to the max yet. So that's at Langley station. So, Slough coming up, that's the first of our stops, 1.5 miles away, but I am already having to brake for it because of, yeah, just how bad the brakes are on this thing. So I'm on 64% brakes applied. Now admittedly, most trains, if you're doing 125 mph, you are going to have to brake fairly early, but yeah, not really a mile and a half away. I mean, I'm still in the 70s and we are less than half a mile from Slough now. So yeah, I eased off the brakes a bit, but I shouldn't have done. As it is, I think we're going to be okay. We're still coming in quite a bit faster than I'd have liked. Yeah, we're only now hitting the 30s mph. So the front has slightly overshot it. To say, I started braking a mile and a half away. That's how far we overshot. So yeah, the entire first car has gone past the I mean, I can't really blame the train. Obviously I have to get my braking sorted out in this thing, but Jesus Christ, it does take a while for the you know, for this thing to slow down. I'm trying to see if the doors have shut. Ah, okay, yeah, they have shut now. So let's get back underway. There's the guard signal. In fact, I was already underway before he did that. Yeah. So that is Slough. Next stop is likely to be Maidenhead. Not my favourite part of the country. Slough and Maidenhead, I think, are fairly close to each other, so I don't think we're going to be able to get up a huge amount of speed. And Slough and Windsor are practically on top of each other. I wonder if there is any sign of the castle. In a word, no. And I'm not sure how far we are from the Thames, but yeah, it certainly doesn't look like we can see the thing anyway. Right, onwards. Oh yeah, this thing here, it is completely interactive, but I don't know any of the codes and I cannot be asked to look it up. All it does is change the destination thing on the front. So we're already at 90 mph, so I say the acceleration on this thing is great. And you saw the consummate ease with which it reached 125. So yeah, acceleration and speed is fantastic in this thing. Tap load at the next station, we will just be hurtling through there. But of course, yeah, a train can't be great at everything, or at least that's certainly how it seems. So, yes, fantastic acceleration, fantastic top speed, but yeah, the brakes really are something else, and I don't mean that in a good way. And once you've sort of got the grips with the brakes on this thing, I dare say this is a pretty decent train to drive. At least in this game, you haven't got to worry about it breaking down. So, right, it looks very much like it's just sending us through Maidenhead on the fast lane. So we can't stop at Maidenhead. I mean, in a way I'm a bit miffed about that, because I don't really want to miss out stops that have been asked for. But I detest Maidenhead with a passion, so the fact that we're not stopping there, yeah, I can very easily live with it. Maidenhead is the very, well, if it's not Maidenhead, certainly the town next door to it. So yeah, here we are, there's Maidenhead station, and yeah, we can't stop here. But yeah, if Maidenhead is not the epitome of snobby England, then the town right next to it, which is Henley-on-Thames, that absolutely is. I mean, the pair of them, I'd like to see them fucking nuked or something. So we've throttled down to 41%. I think that's still going to result in our speed going up. No, it is coming down, but yeah, it's coming down at quite a slow rate. So once it's down to about 120, we will throttle up again. In fact, it's coming down quicker than I thought it would, so I'll increase the throttle to 52. I think the speed will still come down, but a much reduced rate. In a very open area here, I mean, yeah, a lot of open countryside, which immediately makes me think, oh, perhaps we are in Oxfordshire. I don't know if we would have reached Oxfordshire this quickly though. Oh, we might have done. I genuinely do not know. Right, what's coming up here that I'm not expecting? Well, the next signal's green. There's no speed decreases coming up, so I have no idea what that was for. Okay, throttle up again. Right, Twyford station is next. That is one of our stops, so let's start braking. So I'm putting it straight into 67% brakes. I mean, the G-force meter doesn't even sort of register much. Now, if you were going in pretty much any other train, doing about 100 and what were we doing? About 112 mph, and you slam the brakes onto 67%, the G-force meter would be shooting way up here. But on this, it barely registered. It does look like I have actually, for once, overdone the brakes in this thing. I almost thought that wasn't possible. So yeah, I feel like the brakes, braking here, I've got it not spot on, but yeah, I've done alright with the braking here for this station. There we go. So again, I mean, here, yeah, we've got the brakes pretty well nailed. So yeah, this is Twyford, but you saw how long it took the thing to actually come to a halt. I did click the door open, didn't I? Well, no one seems to be getting on or off. I do have a funny feeling actually that, yeah, there are manual doors here. So perhaps I have to... Oh, no, none of this is even interactive, so... Yeah, okay, scratch that. Well, I think everyone has got on or off here. None of the doors are open anyway. None of the doors have opened anyway since we got here, so let's just get out of the way again. So the next stop will be Reading. I've actually been to Reading about 3 or 4 times, and I can't tell you a thing about it, which suggests it didn't exactly make a great impression. So again, the acceleration rate on this thing, so we're already at 97 mph. I mean, this really does outperform a lot of high-speed trains. So 50 mph section coming up. Almost certainly going to have to start braking straight away, even though say it's a mile and a half away. Trying to shave off about well, close to 50 mph. Yeah, it takes a while in this thing. And Reading station coming right up, so we will be needing to slow down anyway. But not this much. And again, despite the notorious brakes on this, I was slowing down a bit too hard. So yeah, we'll just coax for a little bit. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to brake hard on this. There we go. Right, so we're okay. In fact, if anything, I have slightly overdone it. So yeah, I wanted to stop before that signal. Well, we stopped anyway. Good job that signal was green. So here we are at Reading. So I've been here a few times and I don't remember a thing about it. Admittedly, each time I've been here, I've arrived here by river, not by the train, so maybe that's why I don't remember anything about it. So well, at least I can see now that the doors are open here. There we go. Wait for the guard signal. There it is. Right. So next stop will be Didcot. The only thing I know about Didcot is the power station that's there. So we're still in a 50 mph section for just over half a mile, and then we can go back up to 125 again. So we can just coast this bit until we are in the 125 mph section, which we are fast approaching. So there's the start of it. So we are in it. Just got to wait for the entire train to get in there. There we go. Tilehurst station coming up, but we are not stopping there. Get some exterior shots as we go through the station. We're already doing over 90 mph. So the acceleration rate never ceases to impress me in this thing. Yeah, the weather is making the making it difficult to see much as far as like the countryside on that side of us. So we're up to 103, and it really feels like we haven't been going that long since leaving Reading. So Didcot station, that is going to be the next stop. I don't know about going this way from London to Oxford, but certainly if you're coming the other way, the entrance to it is such a pain in the arse. It's sort of all over the place, and there are a lot of speed reductions that don't appear in the HUD, so you've really got to keep your eyes open. As it is, I think there's a fair distance between Reading and Didcot, so it's not like we've got to be getting ourselves braced for it just yet. So we're up to 124, we'll reduce the throttle. So Goring and Streatley is the next stop. I remember Goring very well. This is on another of our River Thames boating holidays. And we were approaching Goring Lock. And it was my nan who was actually at the wheel for a brief while. She decided she wanted to have a go, and we were coming into Goring Lock way too fast, and we slammed the wall. Something fierce. She sent a lot of us flying. There we are, that's Goring Station. Very small. I mean, let's face it, Goring is not a major town by any stretch. So we have lost a fair bit of speed, so let's get ourselves back up. Okay, so we'll throttle down to 56%. So Cholsey is the next station. Again, just race right through it. So he's sending us through all of these sort of really minor bugger all nothing stations, but Maidenhead, yeah, we bypassed. I'm not remotely sorry about that though. It's almost as if the game knew what I think of Maidenhead. So well, there you go, that was Cholsey. So we're now 14.5 miles from Oxford. Ah, we have some yellows. Now in this thing, okay, double yellows, I would be sort of getting ready and waiting to see what the next signal is, but in this thing, you just can't do that. Okay, well we've got a speed reduction anyway coming up to 70. that's a single yellow, so okay. We're going to have to start really braking then. So yeah, I can see the next signal up ahead is indeed a red. This is pretty rare for a quick drive scenario. Right, it's just turned green. That's pretty rare as well. Surely it would have turned to well, at least double yellow. Anyway, we can get some speed up now, but only up to 70 mph. So yeah, we must be getting close to Didcot station. This bit is always strikes me as being a bit dodgy. But yeah, it sends us over these points and it says that 70 mph is fine. I thought that was another, it is another signal, yellow. Oh, it's just turned green as we approached it. Yeah, I'll pretend that we weren't speeding, even though we clearly were. This looks to me like it's sending us around Didcot station. It's just sending us around there, so we're going on the avoiding part of it. So we can't stop at Didcot station either. So, okay, well, Jim, if you're watching, and I know you will be at some point, yeah, 2 stations that it wouldn't let us stop at. So I've got 90 mph max speed increase coming up pretty much straight away. There's the sign for it. So you go in there, let's throttle up. We can gain another 30 mph on what we're doing at the moment. So Appleford is the next station. Oxford is now less than 10 miles away. Culham, another small station pretty soon. Yeah, it's barely a mile from Appleford. I wonder if Abingdon will have a station. That's just it's pretty close to Oxford, isn't it? So we're up to 90. Let's get some more outdoor shots as we approach Culham station. I think we can be pretty certain it's small, and yeah, there's really not much there. Yeah. Radley station coming up in a mile and a half. I think we are limited to 90 for the rest of the route. Mind you, it's only 6.5 miles, so it's not that bad. I mean, these last few miles give the impression that Oxford is right in the middle of fuck all nowhere. Absolutely nothing around. We've got a bit of a small town coming up. But it's a bit of a small town that doesn't seem to have a railway station. Unless it is the very outskirts of Oxford. We are only 3.5 miles from there now. Now, what was that warning us about? It's nowhere near a signal, so it can't be warning us about a yellow. There's no speed restriction coming up. Yeah, this signal's green. So, yeah, I've no idea what that was about. Let's get ourselves back up. Closer to 90, we won't go mad. Looks like we've got a yellow coming up here. Mind you, Oxford is now very close. Yeah, so it's double yellow. Got to start braking with this soon in this thing. So here is Oxford Station, just over a mile and a half away. Now, if this signal that we're coming up to in half a mile is double yellow, then we'll be fine. Looks like single yellow to me. Can't see the next signal just yet. I mean, it is about half a mile further along the line, unless that is it there and we are turning at that point. I mean, we're far too far away to be stopping here. no, I did not want that. Ah, it's alright, it's just turned green. Okay, so no sign of a 25 mph reduction there. I did think that, was it 50 was a bit fast for coming in, but clearly 50 is a bit fast for coming in here. So there we are. That is Oxford Station. That was London Paddington to Oxford in the class 180 with its shitty fucking horrible Grand Central livery. But it's a good run. I do like the Great Western. Be even better if it was properly sort of, well, not so much properly signposted, but properly done in the HUD here. And the 180 is, I mean, it's not a bad train to drive. You just got to get used to the fact that its brakes are pretty terrible. But once you've got used to that and you're braking a lot earlier than you normally would, it's a pretty good train. Certainly a downside better in this game than it is in real life. Operational error, speeding 3 times. Well, I'll take that. That's not too bad. But there we are. Yeah, that was a good one. I did enjoy that one. Good route and a good choice of loco for it. So that was London Paddington to Oxford done, and we'll see you at the next one.